Hey, how you doing? This is Eric from AHA, Americans Have Americans and AMP Live. Here with the AMP Live Real Estate Show for a few minutes. Going to talk about Tuesday deals. It's a deals day, right? It's all about deals, deals, deals. My goal is to help you get your first deal very quickly in the first 30 days. Could be 60, could be 90 days. Usually we're working on contracts within the first couple of weeks to 3 weeks to 4 weeks. It's not typical. Well, I should say it is typical when you follow directions and you follow through with stuff, right? Other than that, it could take you whatever time it takes you, right? Because at the end of the day, everybody's different. Everybody learns in capacity and time. Oh, well. All right. Whoop, a little bit of rock and roll there. That just popped up there. Technology, gotta love it. Does some quirky, weird stuff. But so far, it looks like everything's working here on RE Stream. So shout out to them at the end of the day. Also, shout out to VIP Execs Realty and Lending. Step into excellence. Make sure everything's working here. We are live. Everything's good. Moving forward. Okay. What do we got here? Just deals. I'm going to share a few things with you today. I'm going to share today's a deal day. So deals, deals, deals. That's what it's all about. We're going to talk about our American Mentee program. I'll be your host of the AMP Live Real Estate Show, coming to you live here, always live, uncut, and raw until it gets chopped up and monetized by the team. I appreciate it. Also, I appreciate all past, present, and future mentees of America and anybody that we're working with. Thank you, buyers, investors, sellers. We thank you. Keep on sending those deals via the DM. We appreciate that. We'll underwrite them, take a look at them. Hey, we're going to look at it for what it is. If it's a deal, is it fix, flip, buy, hold, single family, commercial, multifamily, doesn't matter. Yes, even the crazy ass dirt that's going around. Land is land if you understand it, and there's opportunity there. And there's there's things that you got to look for, which is no different than real estate deals, right? Real estate deals are created and made, right? And every once in a while, if you're pushing volume, right, they will turn into deals that will fall onto your lap. Okay. So first and foremost, once again, like, love, and share the AMP Live Real Estate Show. And as we come on here live, I know Facebook is doing some things, but we're streaming live on different platforms like YouTube, the TikTok thingy, and we got Facebook. There's Instagram. There's Twitch. LinkedIn, wherever we can stream live is where this video will be going, and live right now, and then chopped up, monetized. Facebook at this is giving you about 30 days. It'll be on there, and then they're turning your stuff into shorts or reels, I should say, not shorts. That's YouTube, right? Anyways, I hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful week. Happy Rocktober, because it is Rocktober for us, and maybe hopefully for you as well. Has nothing to do with sports or basketball or any of that good stuff, or I should say football, basketball. I don't know why I'm even talking about that, but sports in general, right? You can tell I don't watch a lot of sports. I watch the boxing, thanks to my good old grandpa back in the day and my dad, and now watch some the MMA stuff here and there. If it seems like it's going to be a good fight and things of that nature, because those are always awesome. I got turned on by that stuff. My father, short story, God rest his soul, and thank you for your service, pops out there, during the Marine Corps, and also for my father-in-law who was in the Navy, and it was in World War II and all that good stuff. Thank you for your service, and thank you and others across the United States of America. Thank you for your service. We appreciate you. We really, in our hearts, we're all about Made in America and all about America and the USA in general, right? And for American, the ways of life. I wouldn't want to be anywhere in the world except for the United States of America. I'm sure there's beautiful places and things of that nature. Great, cool. It's an acquired taste, I guess, right? Until you've done it. I might change my mind later on if I leave the country and go somewhere. Who knows, right? Anyways, that is what it is. Or you might have some opinions. Pop them down below. I'm going to pop in my rock and roll just to set off this little meeting. I won't take a lot of your time, but there'll be some golden nuggets here. I have to delete some. I don't know why it keeps on posting the same old shit on here, but we're going to go ahead and change that. Rock. And I got to figure out why that's doing that for the live stuff. Okay. And go ahead and reach out. You can DM anytime. Shoot me a direct message if you got a question, you got a deal. Maybe it's pre-foreclosure, a probate deal, a sub-2 deal, seller finance deal, rent-to-own, lease options, all that good stuff. We are taking on some more. I'm not one for taking on these crazy, war zone properties or war zone type. They don't have to be in a war zone, but sure looks like the house was through a war zone. Like that thing just exploded, and there's shit everywhere. Not literally shit, but stuff everywhere. And the property was nice at one time, and then it's not, or now it's not. But there's opportunity there. And this is what's going to happen. We're going to start doing more of these, what we call sweat and sweet equity. Sweat and sweet equity. They were around back in the days when people were doing rent-to-own lease options and all other good stuff. There are players that do that stuff. So we're just going to do it just to plug in some lovely people and families saying, hey, you know what? My credit isn't what it isn't there. But I got a job, and it's pretty solid for 2+ years, 5 years, 10 years, 15 years. And you're going, I just want to buy a property. I'm tired of renting. I'm tired of making the landlord rich, and I'm tired of paying the landlords for property or paying their rent and mortgage and all that good stuff. And they just want to have something, or maybe you want to have something for yourself. That we're going to look. You got those properties, send them down the wire. We'll take a look at it. If it makes sense, then we'll do what's called a seller finance type deal. And the property is going to be, hey, where you get in there and fix it up and put the sweat and sweet equity into the property, and we'll give you an awesome deal on it. We'll seller finance for you. But you've got to be able to make those payments, right? If you can make those payments, great. The more you put down, the lower the payment. So it just is what it is. People can't dictate, hey, I want this amount, I want this price point, I want this and that. When, if you can't buy it through a bank, then you can't. You can ask, doesn't mean you're going to get, right? Because it has to make sense on both sides. At the end of the day, we want to make sure all we care about is that you put the right amount down, and that you're able to make the payment, because the last thing we want to do, or anybody else or any other investor wants to do, is to foreclose on that property, right? It's a pain in the ass. Nobody wants to do it. But if it has to be done, because you got to protect the asset, right? So we're going to talk a little bit about that in the Facebook group. So down below, I believe there might be a link in the post. You can go ahead and register there. And we'll talk about pre-foreclosures. Going to talk about sweet and sweat equity. We're going to talk about the war zone type properties. I'm not one for the buying properties in a war zone area, but there are investors that will do that, and they'll buy those properties, what I like to call the hood, or the other side of the railroad tracks, or railroad tracks at the end of the day, where you probably wouldn't drive around at night. It is what it is. And I know they got the places where they're bringing those areas up, like they're talking about right now, like in Chicago, right? I'm all like, hey, maybe I shouldn't say anything, but at the end of the day, it's a shithole. A lot of these places are shitholes, and hey, they want to let them burn, let it burn. But I guarantee you the citizens and the people that are there are appreciative of, the current administration going in there and helping them out. Who wants to live in fear? Nobody does, right? At the end of the day. And if you got leaders that are putting citizens in that predicament, then they shouldn't be in that position anymore, right? So it's supposed to be Americans, right? Americans first at the end of the day. And America, not the government, should be dictating how Americans want their government to be running. That's just my 2 cents at the end of the day, but we'll get off that soapbox, and let's get into what? Americans Helping Americans. That's AHA, Americans Helping Americans. I'll be your host for a few minutes here in the Amplified Real Estate Show. I would suggest, and I'd maybe urge you to get the Erick report. Probably going, what the hell is the Erick report? Shoot a DM there. Just put in send me the Erick report DM, or do it in this chat here. And you go, well, what is the DM report? DM report is just, think of it as a lot of people go, well, hey, nobody knows what's going to happen with real estate. Nobody has a crystal ball. But I'm going to share my crystal ball report, the Erick report, in regards to what I think is going to happen in the future. When hindsight's 2020. But when you see cycles and you go through cycles, then you can kind of dictate. You can also go through cycles and trends from the 1800s to the 1900s into now, and kind of determine what the heck is going to go on, right? Now, they're obviously all speculation, kind of like stocks. Stock market is speculation. You're going to speculate on whether the stock is going to go up, is going to go down. Commodities are the same thing. I get it. If you want to rock and roll with that stuff, cool. But I like to look at real estate and go, hey, what's going to transpire 2026? Are you geared up for 2026? Are you going to rock and roll the rest of 2025? Right? Because fall and winter are here. You're going to get some awesome deals during those times. 2026, 2027. What's going to happen in 2028? What about 2029 and 2030, right? Are we going to be rocking and rolling with deals? Is the market going to crash? Is it going to rise? Is it going to explode? Are interest rates going to drop? What's going to happen? Really, nobody knows, because obviously the world and the government dictates all that stuff with the economic cycle, or let's just say the economic machine in the real estate cycle that we're going through right now, right? So properties are not going down; they're still going up. Some areas are flying off the shelf. You got 1 week, 2 weeks, 4 or 5 days on the market. They're gone 1 week, 2 week, 3 weeks. Others are 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, depending on where they're at, right? And it could be in a segmented area. It could be like, hey, here's where, Orange County's at. But for certain parts of Orange County, they're not selling in certain parts while they're flying off the shelf, right? Same thing with LA County, or I should say this is specific for Southern California. You got LA County, Orange County, you got San Bernardino County, Riverside County, the Inland Empire, which is both San Bernardino and Riverside County, right? And there are probates happening. There's people putting their house on the market. There's people getting refis. There's people leaving their loans in place. People pass things. Life happens, right? Pre-foreclosures, NODs, NOTs are happening. Notice the trustee sales. Notice the defaults. Now, these are all just like, if you don't understand what that means, don't worry about it. Make sure you're here for Saturday. We do some Saturday training. We're going to get into some of that stuff. You can go into the Facebook group. There'll be a link down below. Now, if there isn't a link, what's what I'm going to do? I'm going to go ahead and pull that up real quick. And let me see if I can share my screen here. And we'll pull it up. Let's see what we got. Okay, well, we'll do this one. And we'll share that screen. See what happens. And then we'll go to the Facebook group. It should be. Go ahead and go to it. It's loading. Bear with us for a second. Let's go to groups. Let's share real estate investment deals. Okay. So you can go to this Facebook group here. All right, what do we got? Let's go back. Knows what it's doing. It's live and uncut. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and, there it is. I'll get that link. A little Facebook generic link. We're going to pop it into chat. Ready? Here we go. Okay, there it is. So join there, and we're going to be doing a lot of training inside that Facebook group, right? Whether you have deals or you want to share deals, I encourage you to put your post. It's growing. We appreciate it. People are posting their deals, commercial, creative real estate investment deals, single family land, all kinds of stuff. Post that stuff. Let's get to know each other. If you need help with stuff, we'll put it to the top. We'll pin it. We'll do all that good stuff, right? Doesn't cost a dime. We're not charging for ads and all that good stuff, right? But at the end of the day, it's growing. Like, share, and love. We appreciate it if you would do that. So let me share that real quick. Where's it at? Okay. Let me see. We're going to go here. We'll go back to it. And I'm going to stop sharing this one here. Let me see what I can do here. I can go over here. Oh, there it is. Boom. There it is. Okay, cool. So we'll go through, can scan through a little bit. Go ahead and join. Just posting stuff in here, some properties, other people posting properties. Anytime we're going live, we're going to share it with you, right? Or other people going live, they're going to level up their network. Go ahead and definitely, post your stuff in there. I know there's some events or seminars coming up. Definitely post those as well. We appreciate it. All right, so let's go ahead and get back here. We're going to stop sharing that for a second. And we'll get back to this. So the premise of this is obviously just deals, right? No modules, no bullshit, just real estate deals and true mentorship is what we do. It's just part of it. At the end of the day, it's not for everybody, right? So if it's a good fit, great. If it's not, don't worry about it. No harm, no foul. But deals. You got to learn the art of the deal. You got to learn the AMP Live method is like what we call it, the AMP Live method, right? Is really it's high trust selling with direct selling, put them together, and we got what's called the AMP Live method. And we use that for AHA. We use it for AMP Live, American Mentee Program. It's powered by AMP Live Media, all that good stuff, right? But AHA, Americans Happen Americans, one America at a time, one property at a time, one family at a time, doing our part to get America back on track together with you and others across the United States of America. That is our real estate investment firm where we buy, sell, fix, and flip property. And of course, AMP Live. It's the American Mentee Program, one of the only programs out there that will mentor you one-on-one and help you rock deals together, help you get your systems up. It's a done with you, done for you program. We have a done with you program, and then we have a done with you and a done for you program. Two different programs, two different investments at the end of the day, because it is an investment in you as well as we are investing in you and vice versa, okay? Because we are going to partner up and do deals and all that good stuff. But that is that. If you're interested in any of that, just definitely do a DM or say, hey, tell me about that mentoring. Or, you know what? Hey, Eric, hello. I need some freaking help. Can you mentor me, right? Can you help me get my business up and running? No big deal, all right? All right, so let's jump on that Eric report right there. Just DM for the Eric report. And you can also scan that QR code right there. Scan that QR code. And that's just to book a breakout call with myself and my team. We'll evaluate your situation, where you're at in the business, where you like to go, and our goal is to help you get there reciprocally, right? And doesn't cost you a dime, okay? So we'll take a little bit of time. If you got deals you want to share with us, cool. You just want to reach out and say, hey, man, I like what you guys are doing down there. Guys, gals, I just want to chit-chat. Feel free. Scan and book some time. All right, and get the Eric report as well. The Eric report is just going to be my prediction on what I think is going to transpire with the real estate cycle that we're going through now, right? And the traditional real estate cycle with agents, brokers, and then, of course, what I like to call the private sector with real estate investing, creative real estate investing. You know, there's going to be seller, sub-2, seller financing, all that stuff. What's going to transpire? What type of deals are going to be coming down the wire? NODs, NOTs, pre-foreclosures, probates, all that stuff. The wealth exchangement that's going to be happening with baby boomers and things of that nature. It's already kind of creeping here and there. It's starting to happen. As well as with commercial property, businesses are going to be exchanging hands and all that good stuff, as well as the big commercial properties, because those are being reset and a lot of LPs and GPs are going to be changing hands. But there's going to be some mom and pops out there, so there'll be some opportunities for multi-family. Take advantage of that. If you'd like to get that Eric report, just go ahead. I'm going to put this in here. Just DM Eric report, and I'll get it to you. Okay? All right, scan that QR code. And this is what we truly believe in, right? Especially for AHA, Americans Helping Americans. It's amplify the art of the deal, right? Americans Helping Americans. Yes, we are one. Join the cause. You're probably going, well, Americans Help Americans. What the hell does that mean? Join the cause. Join what cause? Well, what's our cause and mission? Our cause is to help our fellow Americans across the United States of America in real estate, whether it's distressed real estate, whether it's getting involved in real estate, whether you're becoming a real estate agent or a broker, or you want to build a brokerage, or maybe you want to become a real estate agent, or you want to get the best of both worlds and be a real estate investor and real estate agent, and then hang your license with a VIP Execs Realty and Lending, step into excellence, right? Our sponsor here, then definitely reach out and we'll contact you, we'll connect you to our broker, and if it's a good fit, great, right? If not, that's okay. No harm, no foul. Same thing over here in the private sector. If you just want to stay in the private sector, definitely reach out and say, I got some deals, Eric. Can you help me with some deals? Right? With that, you got to have a little bit of experience. If you're brand new, that's cool. It doesn't mean that we will say no. It just means that we want to know how fired up you are, how motivated you are, and if you're willing to sacrifice some things in regards to your way of life, right? To build what? A lifestyle. If you're willing to follow directions, and you can put your way out of a paper bag, right? And you can execute, and I guarantee you'll be successful in this business. You'll also will see results very, very quickly, because everything that we do is based on muscle memory, and it's not about watching 20,000 videos and PDFs and things of that nature. We integrate everything into what we do along with you and help you set up your business and get you rocking and rolling, okay? So we're going to move on to the next one here. This one's a cool one. I like this. How you can actually go from a newbie to a closer and learning creative real estate investing with one-on-one mentoring, right? Everybody wants to do the wholesaling thing. I get it. Either bird dog, wholesaling, JV stuff. Some people want a JV because they figure it's easier. It's not. Some people figure they can do a bird dog thing because it's easier. It's not. It's something that you want to start off on. Yeah, become a bird dog. Find properties for other investors or even us, right? If you're interested in that, we'll give you a link. We'll get you papered up. You can hunt deals for us. And if we buy them, we'll get you a referral fee. Easy peasy. If you got some skill sets and maybe, you know what? Yeah, I got some money. I got my business. I got an LLC. I'm pumping out. I'm trying to do this wholesale thing. No problem. Same thing. We'll get you papered up. We'll work together. If you can send us deals, and if we may buy your deals from you, or we'll negotiate them beforehand. Or you got deals and they're not selling. See what we can do. See what we can do to restructure the deal and still get you paid in one capacity or another. So that's doable. Or if you're like, you know what, I got some money, I got some credit and things of that nature. I want to partner up, do some fix and flips and buy and holds. And you got a little bit of experience. Cool, no problem. So yes, from newbie to closer, learn creative real estate investing, one-on-one mentoring. We'll definitely help you with that. It is a selection process. Not everybody is selected at the end of the day. Probably going, oh, it smells like bullshit. Is this bullshit? No, it's the truth. We've been doing this for years, and it is a selection process. People try to get me to change that, or they try to say, hey, you know what, just let me do a deal and, whatever it costs to get mentored by you and this and that, and you take it out of your first deal. That never works because, it just doesn't. You're not going to do what I did several years ago and willing to sacrifice. I guarantee it. I've even put it out there that I would mentor somebody for free if I could find someone that was exactly like me and willing to sacrifice the things that I was willing to sacrifice at the time when I started my business. I haven't found one yet, right? Because when I ask them and give them those questions, they're like, "Oh, would you do that?" No. Would you be willing to do this? Would you be willing to sacrifice this? Would you be willing to give up this, or this? No. Yes, here, maybe. It's never yes across the board, right? So until that happens, and that if they do, then shit, I want to keep that person forever at the end of the day, right? But that is that, and it's how it works. Everything, we live in a capitalist world and country. Nothing is free. Someone's got to pay for it. That's what we've done here, and we'll share it with you. If it doesn't work out, it's okay. Go get it. You can do the YouTube and you can do the TikTok stuff all day long. I'm not, it's good and bad. I don't know. I've looked at a lot of stuff and I go, okay, there's a lot of shit information, a lot of half-assed information, a lot of dumb it down information, and this is what it is, right? Unless you find somebody who's really delivering. But even then, they're going to deliver the goods. Think of it as a funnel, deliver the goods. Then when you get to that little pipeline, and then here comes the choke, right? The stuff that you really need to know to be successful in the business, well, you got to go pay. If you want the rest of those videos, then join the program. 5,000, 10,000, 6,000. Hey, 1 second. I got to go ahead and get, connection here with the juice. Got to plug it in. Almost forgot to plug in the computer, or we're going to lose you. Lose everybody. All right, 1 second. Oh, shit. There we go. Live and uncut. Let's plug this bad boy in. The computer. All right. Calm, cool, and collective. No panicking. There's that. And let's see what we got here. That's that. Did we make it? We sure did. All right. Rock and roll. Here we go. I'll bring my mug up here. Also, this right here. I go, what the hell is this? Well, it's not drugs, right? It's God's drugs. So let's go. It's a little bit of beets and ginger, homemade, made from the boss, courtesy of. There we go. Really? Now this is awesome. Right? This has I don't know what's in it. There's a lot of I guess beets and lemon and greens and ginger. Woo! Man. Oh. Strong. That's that ginger. Oh, that's awesome. All right, cool. Check this out. These are cool. You want one of these? DM, reach out. Come mentee. We love to share this with you. Get one of those. Americans helping Americans. A little amp live on the corner there. What do you call it? Right there. It's pretty cool. Men and women. Definitely. Rock and roll. Americans helping Americans. Amp live t-shirt. Or shirt. I think it's a polo, actually. Put that back up there. But definitely, hey, reach out. Hopefully having an awesome rock and roll Rocktober. Deals for October, November, December. Come on, that's 3 months. And January, that's 4 months, right? Then creeping into February, start going into springtime. But look, we got a whole quarter here that's well, not a whole quarter because we're going, we got October, November, December, and January. 4 months. Yeah, that's a little over a quarter, but there's deals to be had. Okay, so that means fix and flip. You go out, find those deals for us who wants to fix and flip, or others that are willing to fix and flip now, or they're going to buy and they're going to hold on to it, and then they might fix and flip when spring and summer comes down the wire. Definitely think about that. I'm going to share that with you. Tomorrow's Wellness Wednesday, so hopefully maybe I'll see you tomorrow for some Wellness Wednesday. Definitely goal is to lose the gut, keep on enhancing and rock and roll in the mind. That's why we're eating healthy here and things of that nature. Mindset is 99% of this game. 90% is showing up. That's all it takes, right? It's persistence and discipline. Discipline, I know, is a hard one for a lot of people, even myself, right? But yeah, that's why, I guess people work out and they do stuff over and over and over and over. It seems repetition becomes muscle memory, and it's like some people in sales, right? How can they learn that stuff? How can they just do stuff and without even thinking about it? Well, it's called muscle memory and a lot of practice, and you keep on practicing and you'll become an expert at anything that you decide to do. All right, so let's get into it. We're going to talk about deals. What type of deals are out there? Today is Tuesday, so usually Tuesday, you want to go out into the field. Wednesday, got to do. I would suggest Wednesdays, do some admin stuff, make your phone calls, set up your appointments for Thursdays and Saturdays to go to lock up some properties and go view properties and make some offers. I'm a huge component of belly to belly. You get your best deals building a relationship with sellers, and you get your best deals by going belly to belly. Now, can you do deals? Sure. If you want to get those smaller margins, now it doesn't matter. Look, there's always going to be some type of anomaly or some type of, oh my God, this dude did, or this gal did $50,000 and it was on the phone. Okay. Now it doesn't mean some is luck. At the end of the day, are you going to get $50,000 deals every time you close a deal? I'll tell you right now, no, that's bullshit. At the end of the day. So you will find deals. It might be $5,000, $10,000, $3,000, $2,000, $1,500, $500. Who knows? A lot of people push deals, but they don't tell you exactly where the margins are at, right? And people will, so you can do deals on the phone, sure. But there's a place and time for that, right? It's like processes and systems. If you smell it, if you got it and you understand it, or if you're working hard enough to make that happen, then you're going to know those points where boom, I'm going to go after it, right? Now, a lot of virtual deals are, of course, you're not going to fly to Florida for a $5,000 or $10,000, $15,000 wholesale deal, but why not lock it up? Sure, why not? If that's what the seller's willing to do by asking the right questions, or I like to call the art of the deal or the amplified method, and the mission is the submission. People, look, everybody out there, you need to become an expert. The market is shifting and changing. If you don't, you're going to adjust. You're going to have to adjust, adapt, or you will perish. I guarantee it. Writing's on the wall. Hindsight's 2020. Been there, done that. Been through several cycles, right? Or should be a couple of cycles and some micro cycles. I say rock and roll. You just keep rocking and rolling, keep moving forward, never back down. If you get hit, you drop, you get back up. You get hit, you drop, you get back up. That's life, right? But hey, the main thing here is that for me, if somebody tells me that I can't do something, then that's what I'm going to do, right? Maybe it's stubbornness or whatever, or no one's going to tell me that I cannot have or do or want something, because this is America, right? America is the greatest country in the world. And that should be part of what you're about. And say, look, you know what? I'm not going to quit. I'm not going to stop. I don't care what that person says, that person says, that person says. Take some advice from Sam Walton, right? Sam Walton, 5 and dime store, Ben Franklin stores. Here's a little story, and I'll recap real quick. I'll just put it out there. But go out and get that book, the Sam Walton book. And he's the one, yes, who built out, Walmart. So it all started off with Ben Franklin stores, right? A little 5 and dime store. It was what? A franchise. That's right. So you got several franchises, several Ben Franklin stores, and you don't have to paraphrase or don't have to be 100%. But this is the gist of it. Went out and got those, and then he goes, man, I have to buy everything through this company and all their products and stuff because they mark it up, and that's how they make their money, and they get to run their franchise and stores because it's their brand, right? That's what you're paying for. But he's like, my God, I can go to New York and I can bring a carload back of stuff and sell it the same way, and I'm going to buy it at a fraction of that. Of course, that's against their terms of service, right? But he did that a few times. They told him, stop doing that. You cannot do that. And he's going, man, why don't I just open up my own 5 and dime store? I'm not sure what it was called. I think it was Walton's Five and Dime, something like that, right? Instead of the Ben Franklin store. So he started off with 1, and then 2, and then 3, and then 4, because he was getting all his merchandise from New York and other places, traveling the world, different places, and said, you know what, boom. And then before you know it, that was the birth. The Five and Dime store was the birth of what? Walmart. By going and looking at other companies, right? And people go, oh yeah, Walmart, he was a miser, he was tightwad, he'd drive his truck, a little Ford truck or whatever it was, with his dog, didn't have a Lambo or crazy cars, and a little shitty small office, and crammed in all kinds of people to the point where we're going, hey, you can't have this many people in here because the fire marshal said you can't have 45,000 people in here, and there's only should be a handful, right? and then the other thing is the reason why he blew away Kmart, JCPenney's, Zodi's, all those different types of stores, is because he was building these stores, big ass stores, where? In buttfuck Egypt, right? Like Missouri, Oklahoma, small ass towns with 5,000, 10,000, 15, 20,000 people, not 200,000 or 2 million, this and that. That's where all the big companies were at, right? Like Kmart, JCPenney's, even the grocery stores, right? Back in the day. So he was doing that. As other companies are going, this guy's crazy. He's building these big ass super centers and Walmarts the size of football fields in these crazy areas. And they said, nah, just leave the guy alone. He's not gonna he's not gonna do anything to us. We're Sears. We've been around for 100-something years. Don't worry about it. And then he hooked up with this guy called David Glass. He was part of the grocery business. And if you don't remember, you probably don't remember, but it was all about automation and systems and robots and, getting stuff into distribution, built kind of like Amazon. Amazon, I believe, took a lot of their information, or a lot of what Walmart did in their super centers and distribution, duplicated it, but with no stores, right? Even though Amazon's starting to come out with stores and doing all this stuff too, right? But the distribution was the key, but also being able to go truck to shelf, right? When something goes out the door, it's ordered. Then you got to have human beings go ahead and do what? Figure out, hey, are we short here? Did we have some theft? Are we short a couple of cases? Then you got to fix all the outs and stuff so you can get back to truck to shelf. That's why they don't have big, gigantic warehouses in their stores. They're very skinny, can only get so much product in there that'll go from the truck to their back warehouse to the store, right? But David Glass was the one who created, like with Vaughn, I believe it was Vaughn's at the time, where, they bring the stuff into the warehouses, distribution, and then there'd be all on systems and robots that would pull this stuff, put on conveyor belts, and boom, and then human beings would load it up. And that was the key to blow away Kmart, Walmart, and all this other good stuff, right? The reason I say that is because Sam Walton, give credit to Sam Walton, is that when he went into a place or a store, the competitors, he'd look at that and go, they weren't his ideas. Everything that he put together with Walmart were not his ideas. There were other people's ideas. He just made them 100 times or 1,000 times better. That should be your goal. That's what I did the first time around. I reverse engineered and looked at this company, that company, franchises, and these types of businesses. I'm not gonna lie, our colors for our first company were Walmart colors, right? It was like some baby shit blue color, right? With the world on it and all this good stuff. Because you got to remember, they spend hundreds of thousands of dollars to figure out what color should we paint our Walmarts, or what color should we do this, or what should we have in our stores? What color scheme should we have? What's pleasing to the mind and the palate and how things work? And why do they have things situated the way they have them situated, where you go into a store and they want you to walk the racetrack and all this good stuff, and then they're upselling all this stuff. Then you go, well, I need that, but I really don't. But I'm going to grab that. Yeah, I want some chips. I want this. This is so awesome. I think I might need this. You don't need it right now, but you're going to buy it because it's so damn cheap, or it's being promoted as cheap, right? That's called marketing. Marketing is sales. They know it. They know what they're doing. They spend a lot of money. Shit, the government does the same shit, right? It's called propaganda. Anyways, we'll go in that direction. But think about that. Go get that Sam Walton book. Reverse engineer whatever you're wanting to do. Go look at other companies. Go look at franchises. Go look at real estate, Remax, Keller Williams, any of those companies. McDonald's even, right? I use a lot of examples when we're mentoring and coaching people, and just in general about the power of Walmart, power of McDonald's and franchises, right? Because you should be thinking about processes and systems at the end of the day. That's what we're going to help you do with AHA. Americans How Americans Amp Live, the American Mentee Program. Powered by, yes, VIP Execs, Realty and Lending, Step into Excellence. But I wanted to share that story with you. I'm going to go ahead and close this out because it's I know it's probably a little bit late. It's already 8:30. We're in at about 34 minutes. But definitely watch this. Go back and watch this. I'm always going to be dropping some awesome, beautiful, lovely pro tips on anything that's probably going to intrigue you. And then you go research it and go take a look and go, is that real? Let me check that out. I never thought about that. Let me go try that. Go look it up. Excuse me. And then a little burp action. Yeah. Reverse engineer, always live and uncut, right? Hey, it's got to be real. If it's not real, then there's no truth. Then there's no truth, then it's bullshit. So also do your research on everything when you're out there looking at stuff and building a business and things of that nature. A little bit. If you want, hey, I always say find a mentor. That's what I did. I researched, found out that it's real. It can be done. How do I want my business to be perceived? How do I want my brand to be perceived? How do I want to interact with customers and clients and sellers, investors, and all that good stuff, and agents and brokers, all that good stuff, right? And then go, okay, I'm going to start building all this stuff. I'm going to build the apparatus because I don't want to knock on doors. I don't want to make cold calls. How do I do that? I want quality leads. I want quality over quantity. But now with the AI and tech and CRMs have finally come into where they're workable and they actually work. Before, CRMs sucked. It's like, oh my God, they have this, and then you need this. You need 2 or 3 different CRMs just to make this stuff work, right? And then they're clunky and shitty. Now there's some some people building stuff on high level. It's still clunky, but it works. So think of it as clunky, but does the job, right? Not as pretty as Apple, but might as well think Android. At least you can manipulate it, change it. They're always coming up with stuff, right? It doesn't have to be that sexy, just as long as it works, okay? So we'll share that with you, helping you build out your brand and all that good stuff, helping you with deals and things of that nature. Definitely reach out, scan the QR code down below. If there's not one, I'm going to pull it up right now, and we'll go ahead and do that. Point right there. No bullshit, no drama, just results, right? Private mentoring with myself. I'm going to go ahead and put this up here real quick, and we're going to put this QR code here. Boink. It's time to rock. Register here. Scan that QR code. Lock in your spot for the one-on-one mentoring. This is for October and October only. We may move into November, December, or we're just going to hit it hard with the mentees we have and rock down the wire into 2026 with deals. And if you ever wanted to build out a real estate investment firm, now's the time to do it. Take advantage of it now. Get my Erick report. And with that, it's going to share a few things on what I think the market is going to do. And you want to be prepared. You want to be geared up for that. All right, let's go to the next slide here. It's going to be a cue. Some of these are being queued and some are not. So here we go. And the goal is going to be, fix, flip, sub to, buy and hold, find out what works for you. They're all going to work for you, I guarantee you. But some people like to fix and flip. Some people don't want to do that. Some people are going, hey, I just want to go sub to and sell off the contracts to other people that are into the sub to stuff, or maybe the MLS stuff, or maybe, hey, I want to sub to and then seller finance some of these deals and arbitrage the interest rate and cash flow and all that good stuff, right? You'll be able to do that. And we're going to work with you on that. Eventually, you're going to want to, fix, flip, buy and hold. As you move forward into the business, right? And what is the future of real estate investing? Well, the future of real estate and what you need to know. Definitely hashtag get Erick Paul. Watch all my videos and all that good stuff. Also, I believe and truly believe in the art of the deal in creative real estate investing, or I like to call it the AMP Live method. Definitely reach out and touch bases so we can rock and roll. I do have a challenge for you. It's 30 days to success with creative real estate investing made easy. Now, going, well, look, nothing like it's kind of contradicting, right? But it's really not. Made easy is, made easy because you got somebody, you got a mentor, right? Now, with me, when I first got started, I built everything up and all this other good stuff, and I started doing deals here and there, but I was getting stuck until I found a mentor who was willing to do what? Who was willing to work with me only because I brought tremendous value to him, and I brought deals to the table. He didn't have to train me. He didn't have to teach me. He was kind of impressed with the type of marketing I was doing and what I was doing, and yes, still going after NODs and NOTs. Notice the defaults, notice the trustee sales. Everybody calls them pre-foreclosures. That means pre-foreclosures before they actually go to the bank and become an REO and become an actual foreclosed property. That's a different market, different jam. I'm not going to get into that right now, but you want to take advantage of those opportunities right now by helping your fellow Americans with pre-foreclosures, vacant properties, There's properties out there that need work and they don't have the money to fix them. They may get a refi, pull some cash out, and then put it back on the market and try to sell it retail. That's going to happen as well, okay? So definitely, I'm going to share that stuff with you. Tomorrow's Wellness Wednesday, so if you want to get involved with a little bit of Wellness Wednesday, and hey, we're going to talk about mindset and talk about books that I'm going to share with you. Thursday is going to be another deal day, so if you want to be part of the Thursday deal day and you want to make some phone calls or you just want to get together and see, hey, what's this mentoring thing about? Or how can I get involved in somehow? Because we are actually hiring as well for acquisitions, dispo, and high ticket sales. Definitely reach out and we'll touch bases with you on that, okay? But my challenge to you is 30 days to success, right? It's like a 30-day challenge, okay? If you show up to the party, I guarantee you're going to get contracts. We're going to rock deals together as long as you follow through with the process, okay? And we won't move forward unless you understand the process, okay? That's how it works. So it's done with you and done for you. Also, I'm going to share this with you, and I'm going to wrap it up. AHA, Americans How Americans, the American Mentee Program, true one-on-one mentoring, amplify the art of the deal. Take your real estate business to new heights and amplify your life. That's a twofold one, right? We're going to rock and roll with rocking deals. But we're also going to rock and roll your soul, your mind, and your life, right? We're going to amplify your life because it's true. What we do, it's almost like having a life coach that's tied to your real estate investor mentoring, true one-on-one mentoring, okay? Because we care. If we didn't care, we wouldn't even be doing this or offering this at all. We'd be doing what everybody else is doing and saying, hey, we're going to sell you a bunch of videos, a bunch of PDFs. We're going to sell you on a Kumbaya community and all that good stuff, right? And most are not going to make it. I guarantee it. The statistics are just there, okay? So I'll be your host. Obviously, let's see if I got anything juicy here that I want to share with you. Oh, yeah, I sure do. There you go. Thanks to our sponsor, VIP Execs Realty and Lending. Step into excellence. If you are looking for properties in Southern California, luxury properties, fixer properties, or any type of properties, reach out. Or if you want to be a real estate agent anywhere in the United States of America, and you want to be part of that team of the creative real estate or just real estate investing and the traditional real estate side, then definitely reach out. We'll connect you to our broker, and we'll rock and roll together, okay? I'm going to share this with you. Consider buying or selling a home. Yep, let us. Don't go solo. Let's rock. There's the information right there. Also, we have something for you young millennials at the same token because you deserve to have a place to call your home. And you can. Trust me. You may think you cannot buy a home. I'll get into that story a little bit later, maybe tomorrow on Wellness Wednesday, on how I was able to buy my first property and how it was done and how I was encouraged, yes, by the boss to go ahead and let's get a property, whether we're ready or not. And thinking that I was not ready or we weren't ready. You don't know until you don't know. Because what you don't know is what you don't know. All right? So definitely step into excellence and appreciate it. VIP Execs Realty and Lending, step into excellence. We appreciate you and our brands. Also to AHA, Americans Helping Americans, one American at a time, one property at a time, one family at a time, doing our part to get America back on track together with you and others across the United States of America. Definitely get my Erick report. I'm going to put my mug up here and wrap up this live really quick. Also, AMP Live, the American Mentee Program, one of the only programs of its kind on the planet or and even in the United States of America where we train and mentor you one-on-one. We're going to work deals with you. We're going to be a done with you, done for you program, depending on which one that is and what you need. We're going to gather information, see where you're at in your business. And remember, it's not a career. It's not a job. It's a lifestyle for you and your family and to help you build a legacy and then to help others build a legacy. After all, that's what America's all about. That's what AHA, America's How America's all about. Okay, scan that QR code right there so we can touch base and lock in some time to speak and chat and get with myself and my team. This is all about deals, deals, deals. And there's no modules, no bullshit, just real estate deals and true mentorship brought to you by the AMP Live Real Estate Show. Appreciate you. Hopefully you have a rock and roll day and a rock and roll evening. You can scan that QR code right there to lock in your one-on-one mentoring. Done with you, done for you. Depending on where you're at, we'll definitely will work with you on one capacity or another and share with you and see where you're at. Let's figure out what that target is. Because right now you're probably just shooting, shooting at everything. There is no target. You're just going to run out of ammo. You're going to get frustrated. You're going to get tired. You're going to get burned out. You're going to quit. That's what happens. I'm not going to share the numbers with you because if I did, you'd be going, oh my God, I don't have a chance. Well, yes, you do. You have a chance. If you're hungry, you punch your way out of a paper bag. You can follow directions. You can execute. I guarantee you'll get results because we got your back as long as you got our back as well. It's a reciprocal one-on-one mentoring program, and it's all action-based, and it's based on muscle memory. It's based on the art of the deal and the Amp Live method. All right, so rock and roll in all that you do. You have an awesome one. Rocktober to you. Let's rock and roll some deals together for Rocktober and into 2026. Let's finish off 2027 with some rock and rollness, and then rock into 2026 and 27, kicking some ass with you across the United States of America. All right? Look forward to speaking with you. Rock and roll in all that you do. In God we trust. Made in America. Let's get back to Made in America. Let's go out and help our fellow Americans with you and others across the United States of America. Thank you. Bye-bye.